Hi, my name's Aurora Fernley. I'm a director and an editor, and I work freelance in Leeds, West Yorkshire. 4 years after graduating, I'm still trying to get myself established within these creative industries, but touch wood, I'm busier than ever. Being a member of Back2 has really helped my career move forward, so in return, I'd like to tell you, as a new entrant, how it can help your career too. Every year in the UK, more than 40,000 students complete some kind of media production course. Like many of these Northwest graduates, they face an uncertain future. For no matter how good the training they receive, employment for new entrants in the creative industries is likely to be irregular, short-term and low-paid, which makes it difficult to plan a career path for themselves.
It'll be quite difficult, wouldn't it be? For a new starter, definitely need to get some work experience at BBC or ITV or somewhere.
That's one thing that does really scare me actually, is having that sort of situation of being out of work.
It's just work, never knowing where your next job's coming from because you've got rent to pay, you've got bills and stuff. So money's the major one. I'm just worrying about where the next job, especially for the next few years until I've made a name for myself.
If you're freelance, you can't guarantee having a job.
I think the interviews just demonstrate once more that although a lot of us in the industry, and I'm talking right across all sectors, have occasional industrial problems and we complain about working conditions, despite all that it still remains a very attractive, exciting and rewarding industry that young people want to get into. If we can reach out to them and emphasise that Back2 is about protecting people, it's about developing their careers, it's about helping very directly with training, and most importantly it's about networking those people, linking them with existing people in the industry. If we can get that message across to young people, I think we can make a real hit recruiting.
Throughout the UK, Back2 members work in broadcasting, film, new media, theatre, leisure and live events. Professionals in their chosen field, they've joined Back2 because they want the support of the union to protect their jobs, to improve their pay and conditions and to keep their skills and training up to date.
Let the page breathe a bit more and don't put in so much detail here about dates.
Today's helped me out a lot with my CV writing, just tips on getting into the industry really, so it's been really helpful.
Having any problems? As well as representing members' collective interest, Back2 also offers a wide range of individual benefits. These include free legal advice, access to specialist insurance services. Through us, our freelance members can choose low-cost public liability cover, which is now deemed essential by production companies.
As a member of BBC staff, I've always been aware that if you're a freelance member, you're on your own and you get paid less. If you can get a collective agreement and you've got everyone involved in that collective agreement, you can get treated a lot better.
So a lot of people in unions say training people for work is the employer's job, and so it is, but for us, a lot of our members don't have employers as such, they're freelance.
Back2 also promotes equality, career development, training, and encourages best practice in health and safety for all our members.
I think it's really important in this industry where you can often feel you're in a hostile environment to see actually many other people have shared the same experiences as you, or perhaps are at the moment sharing the same experiences as you. In some ways it makes it a more manageable experience.
We also offer services to help our members find work. We run events throughout the year and across the UK, which are open to new entrants.
The union is looking at these new entrants coming in to be the established filmmakers and television technical staff of the future, and we want to make sure that they're cherished in this industry and that they're not being exploited by bad employers, and one of the ways of doing that is using our current experienced freelancers to help them on their paid employment.
We know how hard it can be to get started, so we're here to help. Can you afford to say no to practical survival tips and networking opportunities? New entrants can join Back2 for a special first-year fee of just £60. Joining Back2 is a great career move. Welcome to Back2.
The Western Freelance branch has several hundred members, but only gets a small number to come to their meetings. In an attempt to increase attendance, Chair of the branch, Andy Leonard, came up with a novel idea of holding a trade show before the branch AGM. To develop the idea, Andy invited South West Learning organiser Martin Roberts to attend a branch meeting in October 2010. At this meeting, the committee sketched out the outline for a trade show with stands and educational seminars to attract members and potential members. 4 months later, the Arnos Manor Hotel, Bristol, was the venue to prove if all their careful planning and hard work would be a success. Via the Beck2 website, 150 people had signed up to attend the event. On the day, 120 people turned up, 2/3 being Beck2 members. Martin Roberts was on registration duties, with plenty of admin assistance from the Cardiff office team.
So that is the health and safety at 5 o'clock, green alternatives, which is Panelux, the visual impacts question and answer. Have you got when you're on your
Beck2 officials with experience of this type of large-scale event, David Donovan, Brian Kelly, and other members of the Beck2 training department provided support in person and from head office. Andy had rifled through his contact book and, using his knowledge of what members had said they wanted, persuaded camera and lighting manufacturers and local equipment hire companies to sponsor the event. Their sponsorship meant the trade show paid for itself.
Without the interest of such partners as we've got here today, without the ability or the energy of someone like the Western Freelance branch, this event couldn't happen. I think it's full recognition, quite frankly, of the number of people that have registered, and I wish you all a really successful day. I believe that this sort of cooperation is what is needed within the industry. Often during your career in what is a very difficult sector of work, you do need to be working with partners, you need to be working with your key employers, you also need the support. Now, call me old-fashioned, I will say Beck2, the trades union, is one of those bodies that you can rely on for that support. Because what anybody wants is simply to go to work, to do your job, and to get paid at the end of the week or the end of the day. I think it's a very reasonable position. I did start off by talking about this guy Andy Leonard, and let me be clear with you. Without his energy, without the things that he's done to bring this about, it wouldn't have happened. It is a tremendous success, and Andy, I think you deserve a round of applause for that. Andy?
It's obviously been a bit of a surprise that so many people are interested in the seminars, which are the seminars that interest me, so hopefully they'll interest you. Seminars are about to start, so I'll leave you to it and have a great day. Cheers, thank you for your time.
Throughout the day, more and more people arrived to take advantage of the industry information on offer.
If you're interested in the Panelux lighting session, it is about to start any minute now. If I could ask you to go...
One specialist seminar covered eco-friendly lighting, which will be the future as the TV and film industries catch up with the green economy.
This here is a daylight sourced fitting, and at the moment that runs at 8,000 degrees. We're having them as that's a 600 by 600 size. So in reality, that actually could replace a modular fluorescent fitting.
As the numbers attending went up, a volunteer sound team of 3 was assembled. They also recorded podcasts of the seminars, later uploading them to the website for the benefit of other members to hear.
Dynamic risk assessment is done on spot, on location, and I think this is the key one for our industry. We have to do a dynamic risk assessment when we get to that location and say, okay chaps, this is what the plan is for today, this is what we're going to film. We're going to have this big crane, because we need a big high shot, and we've planned for it there. It's a bit muddy there, isn't it? Yeah, and big crane, lots of weight, might sink, fall. Maybe we better rethink that and put it over there on a nice tarmacy road. In an ideal world, we'd like this. We haven't got that, so we're going to now do this. And that's all it need be. You've talked about it, you've tried to make things as safe as you possibly can for that environment, location that you have suddenly come across.
sharing knowledge certainly sharpens the appetite. Everyone enjoyed the complimentary food as they browsed the information stands. Nowadays, working as a freelance can sometimes be a solitary business. So this kind of event provides a much needed chance for networking with a variety of co-workers. At the same time, Bectu helps members to learn about new technology.
5 minutes later he came and said, "You've done a very good job." And he figured out white balance, how to change the sensitivity, shutter angle. And obviously being RE, it had to be sort of robust and reliable. People have to sort of be able to work in the middle of the night, in the rainy night. Your colleagues who go to Arctica and Antarctica, they should be very, very confident. And variable frame rate, you can go from 0.75 frames per second to 60 frames per second. Something that everyone sort of asks for. Any question at any time, just raise the hand.
Sponsors offered real hands-on experience with the latest high-end equipment.
One of the stages that I've gone through, just put your hand up and we'll probably...
3D filming techniques was another topic that proved highly popular.
First question, hands up who has a 3D TV at home? Tough crowd then. Okay, well, we've got 3D TVs, we've got domestic 3D cameras, really pushing things along and making the concept of 3D much more accessible, and another reason why I think it probably this time around won't go away.
Over a dozen new members joined Bectu during the course of the event. And let's hope this inspires other freelance branches to think big and try something similar.
Well, I'm a committee member of Bectu. We have actually set this up today. One of the things that I'm really interested in is visiting the CV kind of doctors. And I think, especially if you're a graduate and you're trying to move into the industry, you really want to get your foot in the door, and you send out so many CVs, you call so many people. I've been there. And I think sometimes you just need that kind of, just that refresher and that advice, and just to sort of make that contact with other people.